Welcome friends, LostScarf here, and it's time for Bountiful Research. We're playing Sorcery Jokers. It's from Third Eye, that's the developer, and then the publisher is Manga Gamer. Here's the thing. I looked at the screenshots and it's just boobs everywhere. So Jinx put those on the screen. Based on that, I feel like Bountiful Research is the way to go with this. We're gonna spend 30 minutes to see if it's more than that, but right now all I saw were boobs. So we'll see. One thing I guess gotta mention, options screen. Check this out. You can mute the male voices. From what I can tell, it's fully voice acted in Japanese. And you can mute the male voices. You can also mute all voices if you don't want to hear anything, but you can mute the male voices, which cracks me up already. That sounds cool, though. That music sounds cool. Really like the sound of that, so let's just get going here. So, Starto. Apparently it's some sort of adventure thing, but... Woo! Dialogue! I still have to read over it because none of us can speak Japanese. Need the square cut out of the sky between building and towering on all sides. Filling that space were clinging shadows of just the sort you'd expect in a place with obstructed light. This is an update on the fleeing suspect. At twilight when dusk ruled, a figure bled into the shadows as if right at home. Though the pair searching for this figure were paying due attention, they went right past him without noticing his presence. This wasn't because of his appearance or because of their carelessness, but rather because he'd erased his very presence amidst the shadows with his breath bated and his thoughts turned to the other world, making it unclear whether or not he were still a human. That it was only natural they'd merely perceived him as part of the gaping darkness. But therefore, it would be more appropriate to describe him as something like a shadow, or perhaps a reflection. Okay. Dude! This reflection casually lent his eyes and ears to his surroundings, not shuddering even once in the chill around him. At 8:30 p.m., suspect thought to be part of the band of thieves threw off pursuit and fled at the intersection near the train station over. It was the reason for a frost. It was the season of frost. Countless tiny scars marred the back of the hand held up against his chilled ear. It would be no exaggeration to say that those scars marked the path the reflection had walked. His history carved into him. Suspect fled the scene on foot, passing the gas station on 4th Street and entering a back alley, requesting support vehicle on site immediately. Hissing breath, in an instant his eyes glinted, like a beast hunting prey. Those eyes could pierce even that which was invisible. Suspect is a tall man in his 20s, possibly an outcast. He has dyed his hair white and... Oh, red, a third respawn jamming. Oh, they're dead. Was there any meaning in the single clench of his fist? That was in fact all that had transpired. Yet the transmission had been cut off before the culprit's features had been fully reported. The transmission went silent by a special method both understood and widely used by the population at large. Magic! These transmissions, specifically fortified against monitoring and interference, had with extreme ease been cut off by the reflection. He talks! That's payback for your assumptions. He spat thus wild running fingers through his hair, which had lacked pigment since his birth. Oh, that he dyed his hair. Showing no genuine concern for the matter, in the next instant he fled into the night. The reflection may have had an entry for impossible in his dictionary, but the phrase common sense was certainly not among his pages. He was simply too far removed from the very concept of someone being pursued, as if his pursuers' attempts to apprehend him weren't the least bit inconvenient. But he ran deeper and deeper into the alley. He ran with a regular form as if on a daily jog, breathing at a fixed, rhythmic pace. When a foul smell reached his nose, his feet stopped. Black garbage bags, a plastic bin. The season did nothing to disguise the fishy odor of the waste practically bursting from those bags. Okay, that's weird, camera. Going by the information he'd sniffed out, the reflection surmised that the building he was behind housed a kitchen, and stepped up to its back door with a quiet composure. Let me through like always. Magic! Geometric patterns appeared like a hologram with a blank card he'd drawn just before arriving at the door. This was the first time the reflection had visited this place, the first time he'd touched this door. It had opened up just like a magic trick. Just doing a regular inspection, please let me through, appreciate it. He moved through the confined kitchen with a fluid agility. As the reflection slipped through the building and to the front exit like a leaf on the wind, it took some time for the workers in the kitchen to exchange glances and come to the realization that he wasn't supposed to be there. Much too heavy. Never good for the customer's health, huh? Allowing his impressions to slip out was his one mistake. Paying no mind to the chef in his fit of anger over the missing plate of chicken, the reflection wiped away the sign of his respite from his lips. Did he just take a chicken? At this point, the reflection had already completed his escape. He'd managed to make it to a place devoid of pursuers. Perhaps his only want, as he sought complete safety, was to parch his throat. Something. With quiet, leisurely footfalls, he stepped out onto the main street. This is a very visual novel. Completely devoid of the hurry, nerves, or guilt of one on the run, he looked like nothing more than an average passerby. Therefore, he'd made none of the sort of mistakes that would land him in any new trouble. And any drama he could encounter at this point would only be a product of coincidence or fate. Here it comes! Suddenly, a thunderous roar out of place on a quiet street made his feet stop. We're going full anime boy now. Here we go. Reflection should have been nothing but an average bystander now, yet he stopped unnaturally. Uh-oh. The air and the space around him seemed slant. He should have had barely any presence, yet he now displayed an unusual concentration. He turned in the direction the sound had come from, glared around a corner, and a few seconds later... This is a little dimwit. Okay, a man on the run appeared, his long hair waving in the wind. He continued running around the corner without looking where he was going, instead looking behind him as if he was being chased by a ghost, while irritated, a leech clucking his tongue. Oi. Hey! What? Really, he wasn't watching where he was going at all. Upon noticing the reflection before him, the long-haired man quickly hit the brakes and managed to avoid a last-minute collision. He halted for a moment as if trying to decide between cursing and running. In quite a hurry, sick child waiting at home. What's it to you? Out of my way, you're wasting my time. I'll decide myself what it is to me. Whatever, just... response rising, response measured and recorded. Oh, two dudes about to go at it. Here we go. Magic fight. What the balls? In that instant, a blazing fireball grazed their noses, burying itself into the ground far ahead of them. That's as far as you go. Blue died his vision until a form appeared within it. You're not getting away so easily. The asphalt was scorched by heat, easily surpassing its kindling point as a wall of blue flames loomed fiendishly before them. It'd be a lot easier for you if you surrendered quietly. You haven't been authorized to use magic. The boy's heart was still as water, yet his gaze, completely free of misgivings, was raging hotter than flames. Better run, huh? Ah, he went after the wrong... Okay, this dude ran into other people dealing with stuff. Anyone who saw it would know that the boy's uniform signified the first national school for higher magic education. Way too many words. More commonly referred to as the Academy. Caught by walls of blue flame, the long-haired man reached out to the reflection, intending to take the convenient bystander hostage. Oh, that's a bad choice. What? Huh? However, the man who should have been there no longer was. Nothing up his sleeve. The reflection was already walking toward the boy when he was grazed by the fireball. He really was just walking. Normally when fire erupts in one's vicinity, one would be unable to process the situation, shrinking away in dumbfounded terror. Normally, fire flying one's way would make one panic. Would make one flee screaming. One would either move fiercely or stop moving altogether. One of the two would be the typical reaction to for a person. They're establishing that magic's in this world. Why would it freak you out then? That's why the mist reflection, he assumed, he would still be beside him. That's how weak in existence the reflection was. How strange, I was just thinking I should go help you. He took his gaze off the other guy to talk to this guy. What? By the way, I guess it's not just a boob game, because we haven't seen any boobs yet. The boy gave his eyes a little rub as he realized that the bystander he thought had gotten involved, the reflection had gotten that close. Always prepare an escape route. People can display unexpected strength when their retreat is cut off. Huh? Nothing. It doesn't even amount to advice. That's Sun Tzu. As he passed, the boy felt the reflection's gaze on his arm. Don't! Unauthorized use of magic detected. Not good. His ring. His magic license. He seemed to show a bit of interest in the device, which was emitting a warning. Reflection turned his unaffected eyes to the distance and walked off, carrying himself like a specter and clearly not intending to see the scene through to its conclusion. I've been firing warning shots until now, the next one won't miss. The boy's attention and unclouded gaze were focused slowly on his opponent. They did not notice the magic was about the other guy. The magic detector. A feverish conviction blindly governed his actions, the same heat as in the flame he specialized in controlling. It made quite a scene. I assume First will be here any time now. Have to make my stand here. Having lost any other recourse, the long-haired man took up a stance to begin drawing out his magic. Unlike with martial arts, which have standard forms depending on whether they emphasize offense, defense, or range, all magic users have a different stance. What's important is that the user feels they're in a position most suitable for their magic, something that just fits. Whirlwind unfettered and untamed. Voice acting seems okay. Then again, I don't know Japanese. The gust he unleashed created blades of air pressure that rushed at the boy. Air versus fire? Owned! Wind! Oh, he's dead. The boy was stopped by a wall of wind with no way to avoid its invisible attacks. Countless cuts grazed him before he could react. While not very lethal on their own, the shallow cuts had to be blocked with his arms so as to avoid damage to more fatal areas like his eyes or neck, and the blood loss from the grazes would add up over time. Well, that's cool. Must be hard for you to even keep your eyes open. I'll kill you just like this, taking my time to slice you to ribbons. Run, boy! The man had lied. Anyone level-headed would be able to figure out what the cornered rat's plan really was. The long-haired man was on the run, and his time was limited. The little slices served to draw the boy's attention while the man prepared for his fatal blow. Woo! This is your last warning. Cease your resistance. This would be a very... If you muted the male voices, this would be a very silent open. I wonder who will stop resisting first. Gun! The long-haired man focused his long-range attacks, bringing forth a new gust of unparalleled accuracy. Like trees felled with an axe, the street lights to the right and left of the boy went down toward him. This only happened because he kept spouting all that naive shit. He had plenty of chance for a counterattack. At the same moment, the long-haired man set in motion his trap. He took off like a bullet, challenging the boy. It would be simple for the boy to avoid the streetlights, but in that instant, the long-haired man could launch a point-blank attack of powerful magic. It's a reckless scam, but one that's unexpectedly effective. Rather than careful plans, simple tricks like these are much more effective. The long-haired man was well aware of how important it is to be decisive in a fight. I told you that the next one wouldn't miss. Fireball coming up! I have that idea, that logic, it required the balance of power between them to be close and to equal. Burst into flames. Well, that guy's hella dead. Concentrating his 5 senses in the palm of his hand and releasing it, that was the boy's most effective way to utilize his magic. A wave of heat erupted from the hand he slammed to the ground, warping the streetlights into that threatened to crush him. The poles bent like wires, falling down on the long-haired man who'd been trying to take the boy's flank. Uffa! He avoided them at the last moment, but unluckily for the long-haired man, he'd only dodged the after effect of the boy's attack. Noises he wasn't used to hearing, crushing, smashing, burning noises rushed past him. Blue flames drew welts behind them as they rushed through a concrete sea, as if an embodiment of the boy's conviction, as if a melody of destruction. Completely stripping the well-paved road, the blue flame swam their way through the ground and brushed the long-haired man's toes. Okay. This power is... He's hella dead. It was all too late for him. The flames played up around the long-haired man as if to drown out his death cries, and proudly did their work. Hella dead. Ah, okay, so that was the opener. Here we go. So that was just to establish things. Now we get an actual opener. Third Eye presents the fourth project. Apparently there's 3 others. Alright, so it took us 15 minutes to get here. Now we get to see an opener. Okay, there's that kid and the white guy. There's the ladies. This is a story about a world where magic is real. Is that so? Ah, there's this guy. And this guy. Sorcery Jokers. Okay, it's a cast. Okay, there was no one who was going to read that fast. It could be argued. Oh, there you go. A question of... Wow. A question of... Are a lot of visual novels boobs? Yes. Wow. Jesus. Like the Sakura games for damn sure. There's a lot of boobiness to it. The question is how good are they story-wise? And that is an answer I don't really know because I don't play these games normally. Is that really the pose you needed for that move? Oh, that guy got sworded. How many people on that building out of the way? This is a story about a world where magic is real. You already said that. So those are the 6 in the background. Alright, so... There are boobs. We have now confirmed this. Oh, after he blew that guy the hell up? Oh man, how many times I'm gonna have to tell you before you understand? Don't blow up the town! He kind of destroyed the street, didn't he? It's a natural thing for a father to scold his son, and there are times when it could be interpreted as an expression of love. That's why Dad reprimanded me in harsh... We're the kid now. Alright. Be quieting tones even amidst all the sirens and watching eyes. I'm sorry, Dad. I'll apologize for my use of magic. You look a little more sincere if you're gonna apologize. Please try to look the part. Both innocent children and proud politicians need to apologize honestly for doing wrong. That said, I didn't particularly like the idea of being criticized for my judgment. It was wrong to break the rules, but at the time, I had been the only one around to make sure they were being followed. Okay, so when you're the character, there's no more voice acting? While it's against the rules to use magic outside of the academy, the culprit left me no choice. It's reckless to go up against a person with a gun, empty-handed, and that goes double for an outcast without a ring. Depending on how you use it, magic can be far more dangerous than a gun. Well, yeah! And that's why mages like us dutifully wear the rings administered to us by the government. I know students aren't penalized for using the use of magic in emergency. Still, that's no excuse to poke your nose into the crap every time, is it? Talking over these people is not the greatest. Okay, you know, we've been going for a while, so it is time to skip. Hey, let's see what we got. There is story elements going on that I do not care. We finally met a girl. I don't have record. Okay, full screens it.
あるとさあ
Well, so this is a visual novel where magic is happening. The question is, what's the reflection guy about, right? And all these things and dialogue.
逃げ道は一つ用意す
Oh, they're giving him crap for not giving the guy an exit, so the guy went for an attack and ended up getting killed. Yep. More girls. Hello. Oh, it's another student. Oh, it's an unfamiliar girl. Okay. My memory still can't recall her face. Oh, we're going with this trope. Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. Here's the trope. Here it is. I do have a question of just... Ouch. How, I know tropes are tropes because they're tropes, but the reliance on them... Why do we always allow and fall for the same tropes over and over again? It's kind of like just doing the same thing over and over again. It's like just eating pizza, the same kind of pizza every day, and being okay with it. Why is that? Okay, he's home. He's got the widow girl sister.
おう悪いがこれをハンガーにかけておいてくれ
お兄ちゃんまたお父さんに怒られたんだって
Wasn't she cute? Alright, keep going. Well, here's what we've learned. It's not just a boob game. We definitely learned that for sure.
そうそれより
There's quite a bit of production to this thing, isn't there? The music's really good. The
もっ
voice
と肘を
acting.
上げろそんなんじゃ痛めるぞ
They're playing ball. They're playing ball. Oh my god, they're playing ball. They're playing ball. Wasn't that cute? Yeah, you could throw the ball at him at some point, boy. This is pretty good production here. I might have made a bad choice for the Bountiful research based on the boobs.
どう
But the boobs were used to get people to buy this in the first place, though. So there you go.
まただ魔法
Wow, they do a lot of dialogue while throwing a ball around.
お前
That the dude's belt, by the way?
別
That's the dude's belt.
たく
Why is his belt not in the thingy? Not in the loops. Oh, a lot of dialogue.
悪い
So some father-son time.
人生何が
Well, at least he's got a caring father. How often do you see that in anything? Usually they're dead. Everyone's Batman. Usually everyone's Batman. So, do we get to make any choices, or is this straight up just only you're reading a story? Well, it's a visual novel, that's for sure. Whoa, oh, unlocked Senri Route Day, what? I unlocked a thing? Oh, we have things! Whoa! Episode jump, oh, okay, hello! As advance the story, new scenes will be available. As a scene unlock notification, you can choose a new scene from the episode jump screen. The jump screen can be used at any time. You can do a new scene halfway through a different one will allow you to restart the scene you're in the middle of. You can freely choose which parts of the story you'd like to read. So we're just getting the mindset of different characters and everything? Well, look at that. Evening happenings, Rat in the Nightless City. Unlock Senri Day, so this guy's Senri then. Timestamp up, timestamp on. Scenes unlocked automatically. Scenes unlocked through other scenes. Scenes unlocked by completing all available scenes. So you're just reading a lot. Okay. So, current scene. So you're reading, and then you're reading, and then you're reading, and okay, so it's very much a visual novel. Well, there was adventure set in the tags for this game. I'm not seeing the adventure, I'm just seeing the reading. Nice! Nice! Nice, keep going. Alright, now we're this guy. We're Senri, who no longer has a voice. What the hell just happened? Lady ran to a thing. Dialogue! This guy's just walking around, because he got away from whatever. And, oh balls, okay. He was drinking and then something came. A dude in a suit.
み
Vigilantes.
が
People doing things.
お
Alright.
や
A lot of dialogue. Fabric. Bad again.
ビリだってビリ
They're talking about the fireball. Which our guy's like, I don't give a crap, I'm just walking away.
なんだよかと
He said he had a pretty face for a dude.
おい
The thing is, I have no idea if they're doing a real good job of voice acting or what. Oh, he's back at his apartment.
17回って言えばどれだけ待ちくたびれたかわかる？
Hi there.
私が暇すぎて新作のモバイルゲームをリセットマラソンした回数。リセットマ
Their name is Caterpillar.
笑えよ。
Damn. Hello.
スルーいただきました。ちょっとこの放置プレイに興奮を隠しきれませんね。
Oh, that's the one who's doing from the back pose in the opener.
私ってば。
Alright, well, moving on. So the good news, if you're looking for more than boobs,
何？
it looks like there's a whole story here. If you're looking for just boobs, you're probably not in the right place.
は
It's funny to go from the pirate game to this. And the next game is going to be extremely boobalicious. And we'll see if there's more to it than just boobs. Because the next game is going to be a game called Mirror.
あ
This one, though, looks interesting. You mentioned Burst.
え
They're arguing about a lot. Well, okay, so it's very much a visual novel game with a lot of reading.
色。
Here's the thing about... I think the big one everyone knows are the Sakura games, which is every girl is holy crap. It's a lot of that.
おで
Well, this one...
だ。褒め
I'm looking down. Well, this one, there's a lot of dialogue. The music's pretty nice as far as I can tell. I like it.
夏。これは私の優しさよ。優しさ。
It's cool that there's voice acting as well.
コ
It's
ート
pretty
借りる
nice.
ね。あ
Wouldn't it be hilarious if they get in a baseball throwing scene? I think that'd be hilarious.
じゃ。ごち。
Ah! He's gone. Okay, so we unlocked another scene. Day 2! For... Okay, what's going on here? We can be Senri here. We can be... Ruto here. Alright, wait. Scenes unlocked through other scenes. Scenes unlocked automatically. Okay. Like to read... Yeah, reading route, so it's just reading. Archives, what's this? Oh, look at that! Ah, here we go. Okay, so that's what this is. Alright. So, if you don't understand anything, click around. This is, second year in academy. Oh, that's his dad. His dad's the commander of Burst. Wow, look at that. This is Senri. Favorite drink is Red Elephant. The words strongest beverage definitely are printed on the can. Surprised there's no pictures of the characters as you're clicking through all this stuff. There's all the stuff that I guess you know right now, and then you can learn more things as you go. Yep. Red Elephant, there you go. So, as a visual novel, this looks like it's a visual novel. And production value is pretty strong here, so there you go on that. As a boob game, there's boobs. So yeah, we found that this is more than just a boob game. That's what Bountiful Research is. Is it more than just that? And yeah. But we were just gonna have just screenshots of all the boobs we have seen, so you know that they exist. So there you go, that right there is the game. I had fun watching, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun, thanks for coming by, and see you next time.